In this video demonstration, we're going to set up Server C to collect information from both Server B and Windows 7 of events of our choosing every 30 seconds. So the first thing we're going to do is on Server C, set it up to be a collecting computer. We need to run a command on it called wecutil QC. Now we could run wecutil QC, or we could do the same exact thing and make the same thing happen by going into the event viewer and clicking on the word subscriptions. If we click on subscription, we're going to get this dialog box. If we say yes, this does the same exact thing as running wecutil QC. So I'm just going to say no here. Just want to show you that, and go ahead and run the wecutil QC. Right, so we know that the Windows Event Collector service was configured successfully. I also like to do a WinRM quick config, even though it's the collector service, just to cover all my bases. So we're going to close out of that. So we've got Server C set up and ready to go so far as a prereq. Let's jump over now to our Windows 7 machine. And on our Windows 7 machine, we also need to run a WinRM quick config to get it ready to send information to our C machine. Again, this actually changes the service type and starts the service up, and also if we have any firewalls running, it pokes holes in the firewalls to allow the information to be passed through. And now we're going to go over to Server B and run our same command of WinRM quick config to get it ready to pass information along to Server C as well. Next thing we want to do is add into the local computer group, if we have one. Now Server B is a domain controller, so we're actually just going to open up Active Directory users and computers. We want to go to the built-in group, and we want to go to event log readers, and we want to add in as a member Server C, because it's going to be the one collecting the information. Check names here. Need to add some computers in here. Let's try this again. Aha, there we go. And we also need to add in the same thing for Windows 7. We want to go to the Event Log Readers group under our computer management. Under computer management, we want to go to local users and groups, event log readers, and we want to make sure that Server C has been added. Again, if it wasn't already there, we would just go through the process of saying add. Make sure that you have the object types of computers included. Say OK. And then again, we're going to say Server C, JH, check the name, say OK, and OK. Those are the main things you have to do to just as preparation. Now on Server C, we want to go back and actually make a subscription as to what information we want to get or collect from the event viewer. So let's go open up the event viewer on Server C and go to subscriptions. Get rid of this one that I made earlier as a demo and say create a subscription. We want to create a subscription name. Let's call this Security Events from 7 and B. Our destination log is going to be forwarded events. We're going to select the computers, and we're going to add some domain computers. We'll do, let's do advanced and find now. Let's select both Server B and Windows 7. And let's test B real quick. Yes, we got a good successful connection. Let's do Windows 7 now. Let me do that together. Let's also test Windows 7 to make sure that we have good connectivity. So we do. Say OK. Select events that we want to collect from these computers. let's go to the Windows logs and let's get security events from them. I don't really care what the event IDs. I don't really care about any of this information. I just want to get security events from these computers and say OK. And also we want to specify that we want to get this every 30 seconds, which is the radio button default configuration for minimized latency. We're going to use HTTP, which is 5985, say OK and OK. And again, we notice that we have a green checkbox there by our subscription, or green check mark with a circle showing that our subscription is active and working for right now. All right, the next thing I want to do is go in and check the subscription collection interval from the command line, just as an interesting thing to do. So I'm going to open up a command prompt, and we're going to do a wecutil GS, and then whatever the name of the subscription is. And my subscription name is Security Events from 7 and B. So Security Events from 7 and B. All right, so that gives me my information, and my subscription interval here is 30 seconds. So it does milliseconds. So it's 30,000 divided by 1,000 would give me 30, which is my 30-second interval. The next thing we want to do is go in and check to make sure that our subscription was created properly using the event ID 100. And I'm going to go into the application and services logs and go under Microsoft, Windows, and then under Windows I want to do event log forwarding plugin. So let's do event log forwarding. And then operational, we want to look at there, and we want to look for event ID 100. So we're looking through and just see if we have that created. The next thing we want to do is on Windows 7, jump back over here and use the command line tool to verify that the WinRM listener is properly configured. I'm going to go ahead and reference in my text on page 532 the command we can run WinRM enumerate WinRM config listener. Alright, so as you see from the output that it does show that the WinRM quick config listener is properly configured on our Windows 7 machine. That's all we had to do for this portion of the lab.